So that sounds pretty cool. Game Master for this session. Now, I'll give you a little bit of spiel about Band of Badgers, just in case you don't know who we are. We support writers, artists, designers, and creators across all of our shows, and you can find us, all of our content. So I can see my players. There's some of them putting faces, or maybe it's just Joe. I'm not sure. You can find all of our content on YouTube, youtube.com/Band of Badgers. Now, if you have an RPG game or related product that you would like us to feature on our shows, maybe we want to do an interview or an unboxing, or maybe like this, you have a Kickstarter kicking off soon. All you have to do is get in touch and we'll happily help you out. If you would like to support us in return, you can in all the usual places. We have Twitch subs, Patreon, merch, and even an Amazon wish list. I need to say that. It's a little bit tongue-tied. So welcome to round one of what we like to call Lords, if I can say this, Lords of the Rollocalypse. You heard it here second. Yeah, no, it was good. That was fine. Now, this is done in partnership with Gemhammer and Sons, which is a brand new Kickstarter called Roblox Guide to Violence. So if you like a bit of RPG combat, here we go. This is something a little bit different. Now, we will be playing against another team right now, literally right now, as we do this. Now, we can't see them. We can't hear them. My team can't see them or hear them either. But we are going to be versus them. And they are hopefully called Pennants, if it's the right team. And as I mentioned, they are playing this live right now. Also helping us bring this stream to you is Level Up Dice. And so with all of that now out of the way, players, are you about ready? Shall we? Yeah. How's everyone feeling? Shall we begin? Let's do a quick introduction. Let's go around the table. So basically, let's just make sure that people know who you are and where they can find you. Let's start with Steve.
Well, I'm all tense now because normally when you're doing that spiel, I'm typing commands in the Twitch, and I don't know what to do myself now that I'm not typing commands in the Twitch.
Yeah, we are all hands free on this one. Even I don't have to do anything. This is
so I'll have to wave my pen around or something. You won't find me anywhere other than on the Band of Bandits channel because I don't have any social links.
It's because Steve signed an exclusive non-disclosure contract with Blood. He is my bitch. So
he's aloof.
We are doing that already. So zip up, Steve.
And I thought it was PG-13.
We are getting into this now.
Welcome, Steve.
I know my place in the world.
One way to find out, right?
Crack that whip. Right, Theo.
Hi, I'm Theo Thorson from the Gallant Goblin over on YouTube. Thanks for having me today. I've gotten to guest star a couple of times on your Rise of the Rune Lords campaign over on the Bad Earth Twitch channel. Had a ton of fun. You invited me around today. And over at the Gallant Goblin, we do reviews of minis and terrain and adventures and all things TTRPG, lots of accessories. So if you're wondering what's coming out for your favorite game and you want to get a good look at it before you spend your money, we're the place to go. Just to make sure you can allocate those funds in the way that will give you the most enjoyment out of your game. And I will take a moment of self-indulgence to plug our little upcoming Kickstarter. We like cute things at the Gallant Goblin, and we've made a little line of plushies. And little Cobalt plushie, the Sorcerer. We're hoping to make a whole range of these. We have a bunch of designs that we put out for Pride a couple years ago. And we're going to start with this guy. And if we meet our funding goal, we have stretch goals to unlock the others, little Rangers and all sorts of fun stuff, little fighter, a blue fighter. So you can find it at cobaltplush.com. And we're just doing signups right now. And when we get enough signups and we're ready to go, we'll launch the campaign and hopefully do well. He's a great little
fantastic.
He looks
so
cute.
Cool. I want the Ranger.
Oh, the Ranger's super cute. Yeah. You can go look at our little shop. We have gallantgoblin.com/shop, and you can see all the other designs there.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
Also, fantastic Ranger t-shirts as well.
Yes.
Okay, Joe, over to you.
Hello. Yeah, my name's Joe. I am another DM on the Band of Badgers channel. I've run a couple of D&D campaigns now. Currently prepping for my next one. And you can find me at I'm a Good Demon on Twitch.
Cool. over to Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh McGuire, and you can find me on socials at the McGuire or at the McGuire Review. I've got a review channel. It's really spans across the gaming space. So we got all kinds of stuff: board games, tabletop games. We do miniatures. We do a number of things. So that's where you can find me there.
Cool. Thank you very much, Josh. And Lee.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lee. You can find me on Twitter at scriftlee.com, which would be underneath my name. I am the emergency elf for Band of Badgers, and I am available to emergency elf any situation, except today, where I will not be an elf at all or anything like an elf. But if you need someone to fill in for missing person on your Twitch stream, you can call me, or if you want someone to guest on your YouTube channel, come and I will ask bizarre but interesting questions.
There we go.
You're a
fantastic
clutch player in our game.
I am. Me.
So, is everybody ready to get ready to rumble? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to do the voice. I don't think it's copyrighted. Let's get
Let's
ready.
get ready to rumble.
There you go. That's
There
what
we
I signed
go.
up for.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Watch us get done for that. Right. So, as I mentioned, this is a little bit different. So, I'm going to give you kind of a brief introduction to the setting and the environment for you, my players. And then it's kind of over to you to see what you do. Okay. Are you ready? Get into your game mind. Here we go. So, Rolock. I'm gonna start from the beginning because anything I'd say wrong, they can all be cut out. So we'd have to wait. So Rolock, God of Violence, has selected you and your team of adventurers out of many from across the multiverse to participate in a grueling series of encounters to see who is worthy of becoming a lord of his demiplane of Rolocalypse. All sound good? All with me? Mm-hmm. Now, this, as I kind of mentioned already, the encounter begins with two teams standing in the center of a grand arena populated with many thousands of what we call blood brothers of Rolock. So just in my head, I'm picturing Mad Max in a wrestling arena, and they're kind of like Orokai gladiators. Okay, so Mad Max, gladiators, Orokai, wrestling.
So I'm Thunderdome?
I'm just getting Mortal Kombat.
yeah. However you picture in your head, that's what we're playing, okay? So anyway, the crowd is going mental. All these blood brothers of Rolock, all wearing, their black leather biker gear, because that's what they're into, who have gathered to witness this glorious event about to take place. Now, on a grand dais before you stands Rolock. He is the god of violence, and he's kind of sitting there in his massive throne, holding his massive double-headed axe, and he announces the teams to the crowd. The crowd go absolutely apeshit, monkey doodahs in here. It erupts with thunderous applause, stamping of feet. It sounds a bit like Queen. Dum dum tsh, dum dum tsh. And he announces all of this. Suddenly, the teams are whisked away in a flash of brilliant red light. And as this lightning comes down from above you, it surrounds you all. And you see your flesh pixelate and disappear in front of you. And you don't even have time to scream. You just dematerialize. In the blink of an eye, you now find yourselves on a very small platform behind what appears to be a huge, heavy red curtain in front of you. In front of that is quite a large golden chest. Behind you, you can see it's kind of slightly blurry. Imagine a partially steamed window in your bathroom. You can see what appears to be a mirror reflection of the arena, but also the other players in the other team. It is not your reflection, it's them. But it doesn't seem to be, you put your hand on and you get slight ripples appear, and it's cold to the touch, but it doesn't see any way to push through.
Wow, they're so much more ugly than we are.
Oh, can we scream now?
You can scream now, yeah.
Okay, then.
Now, outside of the curtain, you can hear what appears to be definitely cheering and possibly chanting. There seems to be a pattern, a rhyme of hundreds, probably thousands of people. And they're just waiting for you to step out from the curtain. However, you're screaming, and there's a gold chest in front of you. What do you wish to do?
I'm just gonna open it.
Yeah,
Okay,
open the chest.
Yeah.
Before we open the chest, let's go. We're going around in reverse order. Let's go around and introduce who our characters are, and more importantly, what we look like. So, Lee, over to you.
Yes.
As you're going up to the chest.
Jen Ann Barry walks right up to the chest. She's a tiny little halfling with curly brown hair and brown eyes and really big, cheerful cheeks with a bunch of freckles. She's really sweet and happy demeanor.
Is she still screaming?
No, she stopped
She's
screaming.
still terrified.
I'm good. I had my scream. I got it out. Everything's good. We're centered. We're calm. We're here. We're present. We are in the moment. And we're about to kick some fucking ass. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just going to take him down. Screw those guys for destroying my ice cream shop. I'm here to get vengeance.
Okay, so Jen Ann has gone over to the chest. Josh, let's introduce your character, please.
Well, right. Name's Brick Light. Crushing evil from day to night. All in the name of the good mother. Takes a knee and lifts up his morning star into the air. So Brick Light is a gnome paladin, believe it or not. And he's got a look that's very pally to him. He's wearing some nice chain armor, and he's got a big metal shield with a holy like symbol on it. And he's got a morning star he carries that looks probably bigger than what he should be wielding, but he gets along just fine. And if you could basically take Conan O'Brien and shrink him down to 3'3", that's Brick Light. Okay, the face, the hair. I mean, he's got the big red hair. I mean, he's just ready to rock.
Definitely the hair.
Yeah, that's Brick Light.
Okay. And what are you doing? You see Jen Ann Berry's the little halfling wander over to the golden chest. What would you like to do?
So I'm gonna start like kind of following closely, but when I hang on just a second here, we might not want to just pop that chest right open.
Okay, let's go over to Joe. Oh, go on.
Okay, why?
Well, I mean, we have no idea what's inside of it.
Yes, but we have no idea what's inside of it.
Well, what if it's a monster? What if it's a mimic?
Well, we're here for extreme violence. I'm not really sure what the problem is. It's just more violence. Yes.
Well, I like the way you think.
Yeah.
And Joe, while you see these two having a conversation, let's introduce your character.
So my character's name is Kane Nightbreaker. He stands at around 6'5", has long black hair that looks like greasy, almost wet to the touch, and it covers sort of half of his face as well. The other half, you can just see this deep, nasty scar that runs almost from the tip of his forehead down to his jawline. And he's a big, hulking man wearing chainmail, carrying a large shield with a symbol of a fist on it with an eye, and a longsword in his other hand. I step forward and say, "What we have here then is what's possibly known as Schrodinger's box. It could be good. It could also be bad. We do not know until we open it."
Excuse me, are you a paladin of fisting?
No, my lady.
I mean, I just saw on the shield there's the fist. And I was
This is
wondering...
a symbol of Torm.
Oh.
He's trying to keep his cool, like,
Okay. And is Tom like fisting? Is that the thing?
It's a gauntlet of strength and power.
Okay. I'm still not seeing the connection here.
You worry about your box.
Okay.
So Theo, you see this conversation going on. Can you introduce your character, please?
Sure. My character's name is Colton Strong Elf. He is a abnormally built elf. He has a yellow tank top on, a yellow bandana. He's got bleached blonde hair that kind of comes down to his shoulders. Got sunglasses on. Trying to grow a little mustache, but it's not really coming out very good. And I think at this point he's looking more at that mirror, that window into the other side of this arena or whatever's going on here, and he's probably looking at it and saying, "Listen, brother, what you gonna do when Colton Strong Elf and these 24-inch pythons and these band of batters run wild on you?" And I probably just blew out the mic, so I'm sorry about that.
That's perfect.
You don't get any response from the other side, the other team, but you might get a weird look from the team on this side.
Oh, there you go.
Steve, let's introduce your character.
I'll be playing as Gage. Gage only has one name because he's liable to forget if he had more than one.
He's like Sheriff.
He's a lumbering hulk. He's 7'2". He's got a stock of dark hair, long, shaven at the sides that he wears up in a top knot, and a big bushy beard.
He's got a pet
If you saw him
canoe.
on the street, you'd probably chuck him a few coppers because you felt sorry for him. He's well built, but completely destitute looking. The end of his arms are wrapped in what looks like stained bandages. He carries no weapons, and he's wearing only a pair of worn leather trousers, completely naked from the waist up. I'm bored already. Somebody promised me violence, and we haven't seen a single thing yet. Jenan, are you opening that chest or what? And as Jenan and Brick are discussing whether to open the chest or not, I should just reach over the pair of them and flip the lid.
And I very quickly throw my shield in front of me and get down on the ground.
Okay.
Thank you, sweetie.
Gage, inside, you find. So here's the thing: you find some items of material. They are all. You kind of start putting them out. They're kind of a stretchy material, big, bright, multicolors, all different sizes. One
like that magic trick where you pull the star.
Yeah. So
Spanx.
So you take one and you kind of slug them out, and yes, these ones look like Spanx.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, one looks like a whole mask, a hood for a head. So now you've got some Spanx, you've got a hood, and one looks like kind of like an entire, I don't know, it looks like, what are those things called, like a catapult thing?
Slingshot?
Bow and arrow?
Yeah, a slingshot. It looks
catapult.
like the rubber but made out of material. It's kind of like got these two bits and then a single bit, or maybe it's the other way around, it's a single bit and a two bit.
Yeah.
You're not quite sure.
Slingshot.
Is it attached to a handle?
No.
Or is it just the cloth?
It's just
No,
cloth.
It's a mankini, basically.
Yeah.
It's a mankini. It's a mankini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know.
Now, inside, you also find two.
All of this is your stuff.
It depends
Inside,
on
you
the
also
color.
find.
What
What colours would you want it to be? What colours do you want it to be?
I think it's got to be a bright green, neon
Yeah.
green mankini.
Yeah.
It's got to be a
Okay,
neon
so the
pink
mankini is
face
bright
mask.
green. Okay, neon pink.
Done up with like their style, skull pattern around it or something like that.
Yeah. Is this the like Lucha Libre mask,
Lucha
right?
Libre mask, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, inside, you also find two kind of oversized comical hands with 3 fingers and a thumb. Then these are like giant hands. You know the Hulk toy, the giant Hulk
Are
hands.
they Hulk smash fists?
Right. Yes and no. So yes, but they're more like
Those foam ones with the big finger.
no, they're more like the Thing from the Fantastic Four. So giant Hulk hands, but almost like made of stone. Okay.
I'm just reaching in.
Okay. And then you went for the gloves, did you? You're pulling everything out at the moment.
Yeah. I'm just they're mine. So the neon Dayglow stuff. Yeah, that's great. There you go. You can have that.
Right.
Any bright colours I'm avoiding, but the smashy smash fists, I'm taking those.
Okay. And also at the bottom of the chest are 2 potions of healing.
Nice.
Okay. So
Should we
Gage?
give those to the non-paladin people? Because we can do lay on hands and stuff for it.
Yeah.
So let's do the potions first and make sure they are dished out. Who's having the potions?
I will take a potion,
Okay.
and I'll make sure it's nice and frosty cold for whenever we need it.
Who's having the second potion?
Let's see. How many hit points do I have? I'll probably be up in there if nobody else wants it.
Yeah.
I know there's
cool.
another barbarian
I'm
up there.
going on the basis that I have these stupidly comical fist
Giant
things
hands.
and can't
Yeah,
actually use my hands for anything else than
Oh no,
smashing.
you can, but mostly they're just fists. Yeah, but they're giant. You got
And
giant
Gage,
hands.
you're the other barbarian, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll take
so-
the other potion then.
Okay, you got the other potion. That's fine. So, who would like the neon pink? What would you call mask with the skull motif?
I'll take it. It'll hide my scar.
Okay.
Listen, brothers, does anybody have a way to identify these items?
I'm just going to tell you what they are in a
Oh,
second.
that's easier.
Let's wait.
We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to get into it. I just want to see who's wearing the mankini. Right.
One of the barbarians, blatantly, they wear next to nothing
Okay.
anyway.
Wouldn't be the first time.
So now we have 2 items left. We have the Spanx or the mankini.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
They have to be taken. So dress up.
I wouldn't want to see anything more than a 3'3" Conan O'Brien gnome in a mankini. So that's just it's almost just made to be that way.
And this is a bright green one.
Yeah.
The neon green. Okay.
Yeah.
So the mankini goes to Brick.
All right, I'm going mankini.
Fantastic. Okay. Spanx. Who's having the Spanx?
It's got to be Colton, right? Colton's the one that hasn't got something.
Now, Colton
I'll
has a
take it
healing
if somebody
potion.
else wants it.
And
I don't know what it does.
the Spanx look like?
Hmm?
What do the Spanx look like? Joe?
Me?
Yeah, what do they look like? You're wearing them. What do they look like?
I'm not wearing them. I'm wearing the Kabuki mask or whatever it is. No, not the Kabuki mask.
All right, so who's having the Spanx then?
I guess Colton's taking the Spanx then.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So Theo, what do the Spanx look like?
Gosh, I don't really know what Spanx look like, to be honest with you. I just called something out earlier that I knew was made of that material.
They're tights. Let's go
They're
with
tight.
tights.
Yeah, I imagine that they look like bright yellow underwear that is
Okay,
form-fitting
yellow.
and very, very flattering.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what they are. So, Colton, you have, as you strip off and adorn the tights.
Yes, I do.
They are called, this is why you need a pen and paper. They
Got
are
it.
called the tights of the top rope.
Perfect.
While wearing these brightly colored spandex pants, you can use your reaction to jump from a height of 5 foot or higher, striking a creature below you. That creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw equal to 10 or more dexterity acrobatics proficiency. On a fail, they will take 1d6 bludgeoning damage and are stunned until the end of their next turn. On a success, you take 1d6 bludgeoning damage, and appropriate fall damage are also stunned until the end of your next turn.
What is the DC on that check?
They're 10 plus dexterity.
Oh my.
Okay. Kane,
Yes.
mask. You've picked up the Mask of the Grappler.
Nice.
While wearing this mask, you gain advantage on unarmed strikes and grapple checks, as well as +1 to charisma. Charisma checks, not +1 to charisma. However, if your mask is removed by a hostile creature, you take 2d10 psychic damage.
Wow.
And you
Cool.
will suffer a
Right.
-2 penalty to all future charisma checks.
Ooh.
Okay, we'll leave them.
Until I can put it back on again, or is it?
No,
It goes away if I get it taken off.
it will go away if it gets taken off.
Okay.
Gage, you picked up the Rocky Gloves. These rock-like gloves grant you proficiency in unarmed strikes, and your unarmed strikes do an additional 2d4 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, nice.
Additionally, every time you are hit by a melee attack, you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your Constitution modifier. However, attacks against you will have advantage, but only as long as you have temporary hit points. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, Mankini Brick. More like pebbles, really.
Wow, it starts already.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Yep.
Just
Starts
begin.
early. So you strip off and put on this this bright neon green mankini.
love it.
While wearing this brightly colored spandex mankini, you gain advantage on unarmed strikes and grapple checks. Additionally, when you successfully grapple a hostile creature, you can use your reaction to lean back and throw the creature over your head into the ground.
Suplex.
Yep. The creature will then take 2d8 bludgeoning damage, but you will both fall prone.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I can remind you of those details. We will be reminding each other of those details as we go. And as soon as you adorn your mankini, the curtain rises. The curtain rises to reveal that you are all standing at the top of what appears to be a ramp leading down to a grand arena with, you've got the impassable wall at your back, now divides the arena in half. In the center of the ahead of you is a 25 by 30 foot wrestling ring. Okay. Surrounding this ring is an 85 foot by 60 foot area walled off by hundreds, if not thousands, of Rolock's own blood brothers who have gathered to watch the match. So now you have to make your entrance. What do you wish to do? The way down in front of you, there's no stairs. It's just a simple straight down. There's small kind of fireworks again, all the way up. And you see all kind of weird and strange lighting effects as the crowd go. What do you wish to do?
How long is this ramp?
Good
Let's
question.
say 50 foot. Let's run down it 50 foot. It's probably longer.
And how big is the No, 50 foot is fine. I'm good. I'm reading the wrong thing. I'm gonna cast fog cloud to give a little oomph to our entry.
Nice.
So is it that the fog erupts out of you, just circling all of your teammates, the band of badgers here, and go and kind of drifts down like, was it dry ice off the pathway into the crowd? The crowd like, yeah.
And then all you see come out of this cloud real quick is just this little tiny object that's just like silver and green, and it's just rolling. And then all of a sudden, right at the end of the ramp, Brick Light pops up, and he's just like, "All right!" And he's just like tightening those mankini straps.
I would like to follow up with casting dancing lights.
Cool. Yeah. So you got lights are going all the way around you, as following the whole team as you go down. Fantastic. So Brick is already made. He's getting his way down to the ring. He starts clambering in. What's everyone else doing?
I'm going to
Colton
hang
is-
back in the room and let everybody else
Go
move
for it,
forwards
Steve.
a little bit faster.
Right, everyone was just too polite there, so we're going to pick on someone. Okay. Colton, what are you doing?
Colton's posing for the crowd, trying to rouse them up, make them louder and louder, just posing with his arms and his pythons, and just hyping up the crowd as he pulls his maul out from behind him and starts swinging it in a circle as it goes down the aisle and climbs over the top rope and just starts posing to the music.
Again, each time like someone does their move, as you're prancing all the way down to the ring, that you see their faces, and they all look a bit kind of orcish. You're not sure they're kind of orcish, a bit human, and then you realize, as well as all the kind of the heavy metal spikes and the kind of the biker wear, you realize that they're not. The spikes are actually in their flesh and sticking out. This is real heavy metal embedded into their skin. They all look a bit odd. Some have their like lips removed and got sharpened teeth, and they're just going, ah! And then they kind of every now and then you see one leaning forward out of the crowd, going, "You're gonna die." So, Kane, what are you doing?
Kane steps forward out from behind the curtain, and his hair is basically covering his mask at this moment. And he just bangs his sword on his shield, and it just lets out this like gong-like sound of like dong. Just does it like 2 or 3 times, and then he just flicks his hair back, and then just charges towards the ring itself, and then just slides in underneath the bottom rung.
He's into first one into the ring. Well done. The crowd are going mentioned every time you go dong. Everyone's just kind of it starts slow. It starts nearby. Everyone goes with their feet dum dum. By the time you get to the ring, like half the stadium are going. Every time you go bong dum dum, you started something. We don't know what it is yet, but you've started something. Okay, Gage.
So once everybody's got close to the ring and I've seen Kane slide under that bottom rope, I'm going to step forward a few paces and I'm going to wait for one in the crowd to repeat their statement that we're going to die.
You just see a load of people like, "You're going to die! We're going to eat you, bitches!"
I'm just going to reach out with these oversized fists and grab him by the hair and just drag him out into the aisleway. And then I'm going to run at full pelt with my movement speed, which is 50 feet, towards the ring, still dragging him along behind me. And then I'm going to jump over the rope and pole drive him into the center. So there's this mighty to try and set a silence over the entire crowd.
So with the gong and then the boom 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 boom, and you do this, you make the move, you go up, slam this blood brother who does not get back up after you do that. He is in the middle of the ring, and the ring just goes silent. They're waiting for something to happen, and then up the same ramp. You haven't been paying attention to what was coming in behind you. Now the crowd, all their faces slowly turn as the gladiator appears at the top of the ramp. Loud music just appears all around you.
I don't get an entry.
Oh, but I thought you were fogging it all the way in.
I fogged it, yeah, and then I did the dancing lights.
got lights.
I didn't actually make the actual entrance.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Go for it. Yeah.
And now to complete the cherry on the top of this experience, as we might say, I'm going to come skipping merrily down the ramp. And from my pouch of cooking supplies and brewing supplies, I'm going to throw sprinkles all over the audience and nuts, crushed Oreos.
You see, it's like it lands on some people and they start like eating it off of each other's like shoulders and arms.
Gummy bears, yes, very delicious.
The ones with their sharpened teeth, they start getting gummy bears stuck on their sharpened teeth. Like,
Yeah.
Trying to bite into it.
There's a snack, yes.
Yeah.
And then I come in and I do my wave. Now let's get down to some extreme violence.
Okay, is everybody happy there? We ready for the gladiator?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the gladiator appears at the top of the ramp as all this loud music appears. You had like little fireworks. This guy has like bonfires as it goes up from the base, right to the top of the ramp. The whole thing explodes in flame, and he steps out. He doesn't just step; he struts down the ramp, leading to the center ring. He's just adoring the crowd. He's taking power from that, and he's getting bigger, almost physically bigger. He's pumping his arms. He's getting that crowd to get in. He's got like these multicolored strings wrapped around his arms. He's loving the attention of all of this. And he leaps into the center of the ring, landing on what's left of this blood brother in the middle. He then points to all of you as he points, strutting and like turning in a circle almost, because you've all now spread out in the ring. And one by one, he looks at you deep in the eye. And he says, "Face me in this ring if you dare. I am the gladiator of Rolock, and I am unbeatable with all of my fans here to back me up." And with that, again, the crowd just...
How tall is he?
I don't know. I haven't been getting that information, but I'm going to say 9 foot.
Okay.
No, he's about 8 foot. He's about 8 foot.
8 foot. To do this anyway, even though I have no chance of succeeding, I'm going to take my whipped cream canisters from my cooking supplies and spray whipped cream at him.
I'll pick Jen Ann up by the scruff.
Yeah.
Just hold her up as she squirts whipped cream on his face.
And I'm gonna run up and jump and just and try to like grab some of the whipped cream as it's flying through the air.
Before you do all that, I'm going to ask for the first roll of the day. Is that you all have to do a performance check for me, please.
Okay.
Here we go. This is the first roll.
12.
23.
Pass.
Nice. 15.
Pass.
12.
Pass.
13.
Pass. Well done.
Hey.
So as a group, you managed to get a little bit of a rhythm going from the crowd. Everybody kind of seemed to like your entrance. I love the Hulk Hogan coming in now. So,
I'm sorry.
if we can, that was a success. I'm just going to say over to our producer. We did a performance check. There was a success. That should be 2 onto the other team. Now I'm going to. Okay, fantastic. So, Gladiator is now in the middle of the ring. He's pointing to you. From behind, you're squirting cream
Whipped cream,
into his face. Whipped cream into his face. He's not bothered by it. He takes his like long finger and puts it right deep into the back of his throat. And he's got big hands, but he's enjoying having the whipped cream.
And then just like as if it did something, I'm gonna just like drop the cans, like the mic drop.
Okay, so behind the gladiator, you see this, Jen Ann. You see 2 blood brothers jump behind the gladiator. So the opposite side that you're looking, jump in the ring behind him. They take off their jackets and they start ripping apart their vests.
Oh, strippers!
Kind of. And underneath, if anyone remembers Flash Gordon, it's the white vest with the red trim. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, one on the left, has the big number 1 in red. And the other one, just luckily, as he rips his shirt off, has a big number 2. Okay. So now you can distinguish who you're attacking. You got the gladiator, who's the big guy in the middle, or you got Blood Brother 1 or Blood Brother 2.
Steve, how tall is Gage?
7'2".
Nice. I'm going to walk up to you and basically interlock our hands so that we're holding each other's like wrists like this, and then just sort of try to usher you backwards at a sort of a half pace against one of the edges of the ring towards, and then we're sort of aiming towards the large gladiator in the middle.
Okay.
Basically going for a clothesline.
Nice.
Are you gonna let me go first?
Yeah, I'd expect him to put you down by this point.
No.
we can take you for the ride if you want.
Let's do it. Come on, let's go.
So everybody roll initiative, please. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, we could just fling you at one of the other ones.
You might have to wait for a while.
Okay, I'm
My
gonna go around
initiative
the
is
table.
-1, so it's
There
not
we
going to be
go. Now I
much
got it.
better.
Gage,
3.
Oh dear. Now we are going to keep with this initiative. Okay, we are not going to be rolling initiative again.
Oh, joyous celebrations. Success.
Colton.
15.
15. Kane.
10.
Brick.
12.
Jen and Berry.
6.
We've all
6.
done so well.
Let's save the rolls for combat.
already starting.
Initiative. It's only important in the first round.
Okay, I didn't roll for the other one. Ooh, okay. Okay, so you see, right? So I get to go first. You see these blood brothers, 1 and 2. They start ripping off their vests, and they're holding these kind of really mean-looking maces. It's solid metal. It's got like bits and chunks and jagged bits. It is not a health and safety mace. This is something that's going to really do some damage. And they both run in to attack Gage, who's holding you up in the air as you're spraying whipped cream. Okay, so Gage, you are my first target. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. That's a miss straight away. I've got an 8.
That is a miss.
Okay, but they get 2 attacks. So that's a 24.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. Right. 1d. That's 6 points.
Right.
6 points of damage as it hits you. Smack. And then the other guy comes running in. No, that's a 12 and a 9. Right. Okay, let's ban that dice. That's no good. Right. After that,
I get temporary hit points for that because I'm wearing fists.
Yep. As we go down, you can make a note of your own initiative order. Colton, you're up next, followed by Brick.
All right. Colton's going to take his maul and he's going to sling it around in a circle as he goes into a frenzied rage. And he's going to go up to the main gladiator and swing twice with his maul reckless attacks. So roll for advantage. So that's bad. Let's try the advantage roll. Nope, same thing, I think. 10 for the first attack.
No, that's a miss.
That's a miss. Gets 2 attacks. He's going to swing again. 18 and a 22.
Wow, they both hit. Go for it.
All right. It looks like the damage for this 22 was a 14 bludge.
Okay, 14. Nice. We are off.
Right.
Boom, you make contact, but it doesn't really do much. It's like boing.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay,
I think
Brick,
that's your turn, though.
Okay, Brick, you're up, followed by Kane.
All right, so I'll quickly. I'm gonna look at Kane and say, "Hey, don't feel bad about any gnome throwing. You can take me off this back rope." And then I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run up and I'll attack the. I'm gonna attack the main guy with my Morning Star. I do get two attacks, so I'll go ahead, take my first hit, and at the same time I'm like, look at these green mankini. It's coming at you. Okay, that's only a 9 to hit for the first attack.
That's a miss.
Okay, and then I'll go for my second attack, and that is a crit.
Yes.
That is a big hit. Go for it.
That's a crit. So we'll go ahead and roll these dice. I'm gonna do this right here, actually. We'll double it up. So that'd be 16.
Oof.
You just want me to double it, right?
Yep, we'll just double it. We'll make it easy, quick and easy.
All
And this is against Gladiator, yeah?
Yep. 16
Okay.
16 points of damage, and then at the same time I will use my bonus action to channel divinity. And as you see Brick come down and smack with this big crit hit, he'll lift his mace up in the air, and it's like all you see is this shining light come from the top of the mace. And Brick is just like, yeah, it's exactly what Brick's doing. He's like, oh, just screaming, and everyone is inspired by this, and everybody will gain temporary hit points within, let's see, temporary hit points creatures within 30 feet. Okay.
Okay.
I don't remember. Okay, divided among who that I see. Let me roll first. So 2d8 plus 5.
Yes.
So I got 13 temporary hit points that we can divide up. So I'm going to give Gage.
No, skip me. I already have temporary hit points.
Oh, you already got him? Okay. Who doesn't have any temporary hit points?
Myself.
Okay, so Colton, you can. Did Jen and Barry? You don't have temporary hit points, do you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Why don't you take 5?
Thank you.
And Colton, you take 5, and Joe, Kane, you take 3.
Got it.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'd be in melee range now, so I'll stay put. I don't want to give any opportunity.
No, that's cool. Kane, you're up, followed by the gladiator.
So just before we roll for initiative, I said that I would basically grab hold of Gage's arm and was going to bounce off the ropes. So what I might do is hold my action until me and Gage go. I don't know how you want to play the fact that we're doing something together. So I'm happy either way.
Gage, are you happy for that to happen?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll hold. It will be gladiator. It will be Jen, and then you two will go on at the same time, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my turn. So again, he's got this halfling rudely squirting whipped cream into his face. So he doesn't like that, unfortunately. He likes the cream. Maybe he's going for the cream. Maybe he's not. Well, let's find out. So now he hits. Well, sorry, he misses. Okay. That is a miss. That is the same number again. I'm assuming a 10 does not hit you.
Was he swinging?
He is using a very big shield with loads of triangular spikes around it that kind of rotates. But he is carrying spears. He's got one in his hand and he's got 2 strapped to his back. Does a 14 hit?
14 hits.
14 hits. Okay. The other thing he gets is 3 attacks.
Oof.
Okay. It is. Let's roll some dice. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of piercing damage. He's trying to poke you out of the end. Gage is just moving you left and right, but the middle one, you wasn't expecting it. Manages to pierce you. Okay. And with that, as he pulls the spear, he kind of roughly tugs it back, and you realize that the end of the spear is slightly barbed, and it pulls out of your flesh and tugs you out. And as it's dripping with blood, he just kind of puts it on his tongue, and then you realize his tongue is actually he's got like a split tongue, so he's got a spider tongue. He's like and loves it. And the crowd, he holds it up, and the crowd just stomp, getting faster and faster. Jen, it's now your go. You can retaliate.
Yes. All right. As I am dangling now high above the ground, I'm just gonna fling my hands out at him and say, "Strawberry sauce is free, bitch!" And I'm gonna cast Frost Fingers on him.
Nice. Oh, so good.
All right, and that is 4d8 cold. And that gives me 20 damage.
Ooh, 20 damage. Nice. So what happens?
And just shoot freezing cold right at him.
You see it hits him straight in the face. He's trying to put the shield, and he starts to do that whole slow motion as if he's freezing.
It does a 15-foot cone, and each creature in the area must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 2d8 cold damage on a
fail.
Failed save, yeah.
Okay, well he hasn't done that. Okay, so that's he's passed.
Okay, so then it's half that damage.
Yeah. Okay, so he only gets 10, but yes, he does hit the Blood Brothers. Or sorry, you do hit the Blood Brothers. So they need to save on their constitution. One does pass. And so does the other one.
So they
So
all take 10.
They all take a little bit of damage. And as you start to see it slow down, you see the ice cake over his shield. And then it's just slowly crack, crack, crack. And he shatters it. But they all take 10 damage.
Now, to be fair, like, do I have to? Is that going to hit me too?
Nope. So that is your turn, Jen. Gage. This is the team up, Kane and Gage.
Yeah.
Okay, so time to get angry, Kane.
Let's do
Let's do
this.
this. And the eyes glaze over. The face slightly elongates as my beast form emerges. I start to scale over on the shoulders a little bit, just a little bit. Scales grow on the shoulders, and I say the jaw elongates a little bit. But the biggest change is I grow a spiked lizard tail.
Nice.
Sexy.
Go on.
Yeah.
I like
A
it.
bit like a dinosaur that I can't think of the name now, but it has a spiked tail. So just
Stegosaurus?
picture that.
Arnie.
Barney, yeah, it would get that do.
Pretty sure Barney did.
Steve.
And then with that, I'll just look at Kane and I'll say, charge. And then we'll just shoot off across the ring at the gladiator, linked arms at head height.
Yeah.
I'm going to clothesline this guy.
Just before we make contact, I'm gonna cast Thunderous Smite on like our wrists and hands, so the impact is like extra
Pow!
juicy. Yeah.
Okay, come on in.
How do you want us to do this? We're both making an attack roll.
You both do an attack roll. That's to basically keep your hands together as you make impact. And then we'll do... I guess it's a strength check.
It's a 24.
I have advantage
Yep,
on
that
unarmed
hits.
strikes because of my cool mask.
Yeah,
I got a 23.
well done. Okay, so you hit.
Okay, so do you want me to roll my unarmed attack damage?
Go for it.
So that is 9 plus a further 6. That's 15 points of damage.
So
Okay.
I got 3 plus.
Nice.
Additional, so I got 12 points of damage.
12 damage.
Including the
The extras.
Thunderous Strike. Yeah.
So as you make contact, boom! This noise erupts. You feel it. You keep on going. You feel this power as you hit him. He reels back. He takes a couple of steps. Poof. He doesn't hit the floor, but he's really kind of pushed back.
Talking of which, because I've used Thunderous Smite, he must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 foot away from me and knocked prone.
Okay. He's failed. 7.
Awesome.
8, 9, 10. He got an 11. He got an
Okay.
11. Okay.
So he's been pushed 10 foot away from us. I keep going,
Yeah.
and because he's now prone, I'm going to hit him with the tail as he's laying on the floor. So the tail just comes down like
Whips him.
Go for it.
I have 10 foot reach on that and 50 foot of movement, so I'm going to go across the ring to the other side,
Yep.
bounce off of the ropes on the other side to gain some momentum, and then
Yeah.
come back and sort of leap in the air and spike him on the way down.
People's tail.
Okay.
People's tail.
An advantage because he's prone, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna. So before you do that, now there's also this is a team game, a team combat game. We're fighting another team. There's also points to be gained. Okay, so what Steve has just explained, I'm going to count as a. I'm going to count it as a rope strike, I think. So we'll again it goes over to adjudicators, but I'm going to count that as one.
I don't trust that Swedish judge.
It's a damn good idea. Okay, so he's down. The towel whips down and flattens. It's almost like his body bounces up off the floor.
That's exactly what I want. Yeah. So I rolled to hit 18. Armor class 18 with the tail strike,
That hits.
and it does 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Right. Yep. Okay.
And I'll just stand there towering over him, and I'll look down, and I'll just.
I do get another attack as well, so I'm going to bring out my long sword and try to hit him with it, but using what's it called? Divine attack. Channel Divinity, Guided Strike. That's the one. Thank you. Got there in the end.
Okay.
An 8, which I think misses. So yeah, I bring my sword down, and he obviously either rolls out the way, or I just hit the canvas.
Advantage, prone.
Oh, good shout.
Yep. We're working as a team. Roll that number again.
Another 8.
Come on,
Good.
man.
At least you rolled it. Okay. That ends our first round of combat. Now, the crowd have got to see all this happen. There's some murmurs. They're starting to like, ooh, what's going on? Now, you all need to do a performance check again, please, as a group.
Ooh,
If you would like to do something to cheer up the crowd, you just have to tell me, but you've still got to roll your number.
I'll just start pumping my arms in the air as he's laying there on the floor after it's a spiked in my tail, and just go, Gage, 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 and try and get a chant going with a performance check of 16.
Well done. You pass.
I think you're on mute, Lee. I can't hear you.
If he's still holding me,
Yes.
I'm gonna throw more candy at the audience.
Okay.
Not above bribery.
I've completely forgotten about that. You've just come across the ring with us.
In the other arm. In your left hand.
Yeah. I clothesline with my right hand, and I'm holding down our halfling mage with the left.
New weapon, halfling flail.
I got a 13. I'd like to sort of walk over to one of the corners and stand on the bottom ropes and just sort of start flexing with one of my arms whilst holding one with the other.
I got a 23 on that.
Okay, that's a pass. Brooke and Colton, your performance checks.
Colton is a bit distracted because his attacks didn't do as much damage as he thought, so he's not really focusing on the crowd as much as he should, and he gets a 5.
Oh. Brick.
I got a 22.
Okay, that's a pass.
So,
well done. You succeeded as a group overall. So we have, as a group, we have succeeded our performance check. And you say you got 22?
Yeah, I got a crit.
Does anyone got... Oh, well done. Did anyone get higher than 22?
I got a 23.
23.
We got a 23. Okay. So that is another tick. That means we've done a performance check greater than 10. So I think that also gives us some bonus points somewhere. Let's get rid of that one. Yep, we've got one of those.
Way to bring that
that's a
fisting energy.
You see,
Yeah.
so where you're trying to do up the crowd, those of you in the corners and trying to look directly at the crowd, and you're trying to bolster the crowd, you see two blood brothers. They jump out of the crowd to like into the outer ring area, and they go, "Hail, badgers!" And they go running up the ramp, and like, vroom, vroom. You see ripples in the energy barrier just as they disappear. And all you see, for those of you with really, really high perception, you see the figures get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then seem to like, jump in to the opposing player's ring.
Yes.
Well done. You see Gladiator slowly starts to pick himself up. And in front of you, Gage, he like spits out a couple of teeth. A bit of blood goes everywhere, all over your shoes, your toes. As he stands up and like hefts himself, and you hear his whole body crack as he starts to like, that was a warm up. Now I'm ready. And he gets a big kind of smile on his face. So we are back in top of the round. The two blood brothers are still in there. They're still in the ring. They are now going to make attacks against Colton and Cage. Sorry, against Kane and Gage. So their attacks, yeah. You're going to have one attacking you each. Number 1 is going to attack Gage. Number 2 is attacking Kane. Let me just find mine to hit. Oh no! And did they get 2 attacks each? The second one is a 20, Steve.
Yeah, that hits.
Unnatural. Okay, there's and it's 8 points of damage. Again, one of it just runs into your side. He swings his mace, boom, solidly into your ribs. You feel something. It didn't break, but you felt it a little bit.
Okay, so that's a half damage for me because I'm raging.
Okay.
I assume it's bludgeoning, piercing, or
It's a bludgeon mace. Yeah. And Kane, that's a natural 1. So he goes to swing.
Yeah.
Somehow he manages to miss, and it slips. It must be all the spray cream, the whipped cream, slips out of his hands, and he's going to hit one of you randomly. I'm just going to pick a number on a d6.
Oh no!
Oh shit! It ran on a 6. It hits the other blood brother.
Yeah.
For 6 damage.
And kills him.
Nice.
It's just like boom on the back of the head. It's like, what the hell?
Oh my god!
So
It's like Dink and Donk all over again.
yeah. Colton, you're up, followed by Brick.
Colton jumps to the top rope and does a pose of each arm, each python, and then he does a big old leg drop on. I think the gladiator's still prone down there, unless I missed my guess.
He's been picking himself up, but we can say this kind of all happens around the same time. But are you doing, just to be clear, are you doing a suplex, or are you doing a leg? Or is it the same thing?
I was gonna do. Well, if he was prone, I was gonna do a leg drop, but I can do a flying
You
clothesline.
can do it like a flying thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Suplex is the other one, isn't it? It's a hug and
I'd have to pick him up and
Wow.
put him on the top rope and pull him over. But I guess we'll just, if he's now standing up, I'll just do a flying clothesline.
okay, go for it.
All right, so I'll just roll my regular attack here. I can do it, I guess, with the maul just to keep things simple.
Yep.
And still doing reckless, so that'll be 24 on the
Nice.
second roll, and that's a 9 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, okay.
And for his second attack, if that lands true, he'll get up and try to punch him in the breadbasket. That's a 16 to hit.
16 does hit, but I am going to use a legendary action.
In the
Mm.
middle of the turn.
He sees this coming towards him, and he doesn't like it for obvious reasons because it hurts. And he puts both arms behind his shield and kind of brings everything in close and tucks himself. He gets an extra +3 to his armor class for this one round, which negates that hit. So that gives him an armor class of 19.
All right. Well,
just for that.
He's gonna take his for just that attack or the whole round.
Just for that attack.
Yeah,
Boom.
all right. Well, he's got one more frenzied attack, so he's gonna try to take that maul and knock that shield back and hit him in the head with his own shield.
Go for it.
All right. So rolling reckless 21
Oh shit! Yeah, that hits.
Nice.
for 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so he tries to hide behind his shield. He's like, well, at least I've saved the good bits. And he gets bonk. You see, like, he's got these triangle spikes all the way around his round shield, it's proper gladiator shield. And it's just like one of the triangles goes straight into his head. You see the whole thing goes under the skin, rubs up against the bone. And it's just like, as it pokes out, the little top just pokes out the skin. He's got this flap of skin impaled on his shield.
Nice.
He's like, ah! And pulls
What
it out.
you gonna do,
Blood's
brother?
behind. Okay. Brick, over to you, followed by Kane.
Okay, quick technical question here. With my power of Mankini, do I have to use my action to have him grappled first and then use my reaction to do my suplex, or can I just use my reaction to do a suplex whenever I want?
Technically, you're supposed to be grappling him.
Okay, so I would have
So-
already had to use an action to grapple him.
Yes. So,
Okay.
yeah, what I'm going to say is if you grapple him now successfully, then you can stay grappled. Depending on what happens, obviously, the next round, you'll still be grappled, and then you could do a suplex or something, whatever you're going to do.
Okay, I'm gonna do something different. So you're gonna see Brick. He'll just be one of those straps, just pulling it and just staring him right down. Pulling it.
As you do it, it just gets tighter at the bottom.
Yeah, just tighter and tighter, and then he's gonna start pointing them out. You just get the crowd going. I'm gonna start doing this, like walking around in a circle as I'm doing this, right? And then you're gonna see this giant bell come down and just appear, this golden bell in the air, and it just starts to ring. And you just see Brick just go, "Oh!" And I'm gonna strike him with Toll of the Dead.
Oh, go for it.
And that will be actually, well, first it's a wisdom save for you.
Okay, Gemhammer, you did not provide great wisdom on these. It's a natural 20.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I'm even using my level up dice. There we go.
Okay.
Let's plug the merchandise, people. The natural 20. So that's 21 in total.
Yeah, so that's definitely a you definitely passed that. Yeah.
Cool. That is fine. He looks up at the bell and is like, spits down again. So then he just grabs this bit of loose skin that he's just made, just rips it off, and just flings it at the bell. It's like, go for it. Who's up next? That was Brick. Kane, over to you, then me. You're on mute, I think, Kane, or you're not talking.
Apologies.
There you go.
I am going to step down off the bottom run of the ropes and charge toward the gladiator and try to grapple him myself. And yeah, I want to try and flip him upside down and almost tombstone him into the ground if possible.
Okay.
Nice.
What's a grapple check?
Opposing strength roll.
Okay.
And do you have advantage because of that mask, or?
I do, yes. Which is lucky because I got a 6 on my first one.
6 is not going to cut it.
Let me roll. I'm just rolling my advantage. A 21 non-natural.
21 will hit.
Yeah, so I'm just going to grab hold of him and try and flip him upside down and just jump and drive him into the ground on his head.
Okay, go for it. Well, you did it. It's not. We're kind of going for points. I'm going to call that the same kind of thing as a suplex. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pile driver. I like the idea of that, so I'm going to call it. That is fine with me.
What sort of damage would you say that does?
Let's go for 2d6.
All right. Uh, 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Okay.
Too shabby.
Now, you dong his head straight into the mat. Now, he does bounce back, and you kind of let him fall back to the floor, and he kind of collapses. You see that as he's trying to, his face, where he's got this ripped out, he's got teeth missing now. He leaves a big kind of mush of blood stain, like a blood red mop, as he's trying to pick himself up. You realize he's starting to go a bit sluggish.
Nice.
Something's going on where he's like, oh. Something's been hitting the head too many times at the moment, I think.
I'll just put my hand in his blood and just basically put a handprint on my face.
On you wearing the mask?
Yeah, on my mask.
On the mask. So the gladiator, he starts to kind of crawl, dragging himself up to the rings. And he gets his hand on the lowest ring at the bottom there, the lowest rope. And he starts to shake it. And the crowd starts to go quiet. And even the bird turned off. That was great. And then slowly there's a rumble in the crowd. And as the crowd slowly like murmurs, he's like puts the other hand on there. He's like, "Argh!" And then he gets his knee out from under him. He's like puts his foot down. Boom. And he starts grabbing the next rope and the next rope. And he pulls himself up and he's shaking the ropes like mad. He has definitely. He has just used another legendary action called bolstering crowd. I need to make just to succeed. I need to make a charisma check against the crowd, and that is a pass.
Ooh.
And I gain 2d10 hit points back. I got a crit.
Double
I got
one.
14 into. I got 14 hit points back.
Ooh.
And you just see him like when he was being all sluggish and dragging himself, he's now like, and you see the veins on his neck pop out. He is going absolutely crazy. And he's like hefting the shield back up. He starts spinning it. And there's all these little triangles start spinning on this thing. It's all lined with like ball bearings that help it move. Perfectly balanced shield. And he picks up his spear and he's like, starts to towards you. But it's someone else's go. Jenna and Berry. Woo. You followed by Gage.
Sorry about that. I'm all right. All right. So, Gage, you still got me in your arms, in your hand?
Yep, I have.
Okay. I think I actually want to. I want to wait till Gage's action, depending on how he's going to use me, if I can do that.
Yeah, that's fine. But
phrasing.
while you're up
way
in
past
his
that,
left
that's
hand, he's just holding you around, so you get the best vantage point. You basically get a front row seat to all of the action.
Yeah.
You see 2 more Blood Brothers start to climb into the ring. They rip off their shirts. They have the Flash Gordon vest on, all made out of nice white and red leather. This one is number 3, and the other one is number 4.
Nice.
Can we cast outside of the ring?
If you wish, yeah. It depends what you want to do, but yeah. Depends what you want to do. So you have to explain it, and then we'll see what happens. So you now have 4 Blood Brothers in the ring, plus the Gladiator.
I'm just wondering if, since I've got that good point of view and I can see them coming, could I cast Sleet Storm in the direction they're coming from?
Yeah,
and
do it.
Sort of freeze them out. Okay.
It does have a big range area of effect, but for the purposes of this game, let's just channel it down or in their direction, because otherwise it's going to affect everyone. So
yeah.
Again, let's see what happens. You have to succeed first, so let's do it.
It's just
It's
concentration.
Oh, it's just concentration. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll do that. Until the spell ends. A freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius centered on a point you choose within range.
Yeah.
The area is heavily obscured and exposed flames are doused.
Yep.
It's covered in an area that's full of slick ice, making it difficult terrain.
Yep.
So whenever anyone enters the area, they have to make a dex saving throw. If
Here we
failed,
go. The dex saving throw for
it
each
falls,
one.
Yeah.
I got a 15. What is your spell DC?
It's 14.
Okay, so the number 3 succeeds. He starts to slip, but he grabs hold of the rope and starts to climb by using his arms, by climbing up, shutting the ropes. Number 4, he fails. He's trying to be cocky and he's trying to go yee, and he slides under the bottom rope, and then keeps on sliding, and then straight out the ring again.
Okay. It does say if they start their turn in the spell area, then they must make a successful Constitution saving throw against the spell or lose concentration.
Okay. Well, they don't need concentration. That's you and you're not in it. So.
Right.
Okay. Gauge.
Okay, so the gladiator's moved away from me because he crawled over to the edge of the ring, didn't he? And I'm roughly in the centre. So I'm gonna place Jen Ann down on the floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna gently, very gently.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look down. And I'm gonna say, "Make fish food out of him," and then I'm gonna immediately snap back up to attention, face off against the blood brothers in front of me, and I'm gonna grapple as a free action. I grab the front of his lovely white and red leather tunic.
Which number?
Whichever one I'm facing off against. It was number 1, I believe.
Okay, number 1, yeah.
And I grabbed it in front of him, and I'm going to go charging across the ring towards the ropes, and I'm going to stop just before the ropes and throw him against it, so he bounces off into a 1-2 punch combination.
Okay.
And the second punch is going to be an uppercut with the intention of hitting him so hard he flies over the top rope and into the front row of the crowd.
Ooh. Okay. So this is number 1, yeah?
This is number 1.
Go for it.
Okay, so the first roll to hit is 22.
That hits.
The second roll to hit is an 11, so I'm going to go reckless on that one with a flailing uppercut, and that's a 15 on the second roll.
Those are both hits.
Yeah, Steve.
Okay.
You would have hit on the 11.
Okay, all right, but I didn't know that, so I said I would go reckless. So that's a done deal. So the damage on the first attack is a total of 13. The damage on the second attack, the uppercut, is a total of 11.
So first number was 13.
And the second number was 11, so 24 in total.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you want to finish him?
Yeah.
So I grab him, I run across the ring to the ropes, I throw him against him, and as he comes back, I'm going to use that momentum. The first punch is going to go straight into the gut to get him to double over. The second one is going to be a massive uppercut. I'm going to go down on my knees, going to go down on my knees, just up, Hadouken, rising uppercut. His head snaps back, immediately breaking his neck. And he goes flying over the top ring into the front row of the crowd. And again, I'll just go straight into performance. Gauge. Really try really, really hard to get this chant going.
As the body hits the front row of the crowd, they kind of like, oh. In one hand, they're like angry at you. They look up at you. They look back down. They realize he's dead. And they're like, badgers.
Yes, Steve.
And I think I've still got some movement left. So I will move towards the gladiator slowly, nonchalantly, with the rest of my movement. So I'm squared off against him.
Okay.
And I'll just do that, stood in front of him.
Nice.
Okay, that is the end of that round. So that was a nice quick one. Well done. Let's do Okay, we're going to pick up from where we left off, which is the top of the next round. Now, I'm going to make my performance check roll. Okay, that is not bad. That's not bad. Right, now, you guys, what are you doing? And you need to do a group performance check.
Okay.
Go for it.
Ugh. I gave myself proficiency in performance, and it's not paying off. Colton, again, is just not feeling the crowd here. Gets a 7, just not able to really pull it together.
That is a fail.
Yeah.
I got a dirty 20.
Ooh, okay, that's a pass.
I got an 18.
That's a pass.
And
Yeah,
as I
Kane- Sorry.
was gonna say, as I got that 18, I'm just bouncing off the bottom rope.
He's like, always having fun on the bottom right with his mankini. He's
Yeah.
rubbing that in. He's liking
Just
it.
bouncing off that bottom rope.
Stop. Don't do that anymore, Jeff.
You're not gonna fight, are you? You're just gonna enjoy it. Just roll for pleasure. Okay.
Yeah.
So as I finished the last round, getting those couple of guys and gals in the front row, giving it the old badgers chant, and I'm wandering over, giving it this and pointing them out in the crowd. I catch sight of whatever the hell Brick is doing on this bottom row, and he slightly puts me off. Not enough to fail, but I only got an 11. So what would have been an epic? Oh, it is a foul. Okay, so what would have been an epic chant? It's been derailed by the man in the mankini.
So we've got two.
Just like that on
Kane is going to look at one of the side guys, one of the ones with the numbers on his chest that's still standing.
Which number?
I can't even remember what numbers we got left. We've
There's
killed
2,
one,
3,
right?
and 4 left.
There's two.
One's out. One down.
Let's say
I'm
2.
going to take him out in order to make it easy for you.
Yeah.
They have their numbers on. I was like, how am I going to keep track of this? Oh yeah.
Let's say number 2, and I'm just going to drag my thumb across my neck and then point at him. And I got an 18.
Well, that was the decider. So you have passed your performance check. However, you did not get higher than 10, but you did pass. So that still sends 2 attackers over to the opposing team.
Yeah.
I believe.
Nice.
But you don't get any bonus points.
I'm going to take a handful of, for my performance, I'm going to take a handful of coconut flakes and just gently blow them like snowflakes.
Desiccated coconuts.
This dried coconut, yes, like it's a snowy snow scene here.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
I
Number-
took cooking. I took cooking supplies for a reason.
Would you
So
have
we-
any oils in there by chance?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, sure. Here, have some oil.
She's run out of whipped cream now, but yeah. Right. Get back to the game, guys. Get back to the game. Right. So Blood Brothers turn. So he number 2 looks back at you, Kane. He's like, "Bleh," and starts charging in to attack. That is a 19. Does a 19 hit you?
19 does hit me, yes.
Okay, here we go. So that's 6 points of damage. Again, he swings up. He's like, "Rah!" with his blunt mace. Takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage for attack number 1. Attack number 2 is a 22. That also hits. So he hits the first one. Boom. It just bounces off you. And then he's like, "Rah!" And even harder. He takes a step back. He's got his foot down. Bam. For 7 points of damage on the second hit.
Nice.
Blood Brother number 3. Who should we go for? We're going to go for Colton. He thinks he's kind of got the drop on you. He's going to run in to attack.
He gets advantage. He gets advantage because I did reckless last time.
Okay, he's got a 19 on the first hit. He's fouled. So he gets 19.
That'll hit.
Does that hit?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Takes 6 points of damage on the first hit.
Oh.
That's a 14, and that's a natural 20. Here we go. So now I've got some double damage coming in.
Oh, but I'm raging, so I take half.
Okay, you take half. So that's 2. That's 6 points. Then you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
On a
So you
crit.
manage to get one in. Poof. Yep. He doesn't do much.
1 point of damage on a crit. How does that feel, Dave? I'm not even sure that took all my temporary hit points away.
Well, there you go. That's one way of doing it. Point by point. And number 4, he's looking at what Brick is doing. What the hell? Seems to be enjoying this too much.
And I'm
So
just
he's gonna run
rubbing
in.
oil. I'm rubbing oil all over me at this
Okay.
point. As I'm
It's peppermint oil. It's peppermint
Okay.
oil.
yeah.
I'm assuming a dirty 20 will hit you.
Yes, it will.
Here we go. That's 6 points of
bag
damage on the first hit.
Okay.
And he misses with the second one because you just, as you're licking your fingers, so he manages to clock you in the back of the head doing the 6 point of damage. And then on the second one, he's just like starts to slip on the oil that you put on the floor. And he's going all over the place. Right. It's next up is Colton, followed by Brick.
Colton is going to bounce off the ropes and come back in with some momentum on his maw and swing recklessly. And that's with even the first strike is a 24. Yeah, 24.
24 against Gladiator?
Oh,
or
against
the
the
Blood Brother?
Gladiator.
24
Colton's gonna
hits.
Take on minions.
He's flying through the air. He hits.
It's 11
Damage
points of
is-
bludgeoning damage.
11. Oh, gosh. Here we go.
And takes that momentum and swings back around for the midsection. That's a reckless attack. 23 was the best one.
Ah, yep.
And that's 8 bludgeoning damage. And
Oh.
with his frenzied attack, he's going to try to get him in the small of the back.
Oh, dear.
With did you see a 19 was the best one there?
The 19 does hit.
That's 13 bludgeoning damage, brother.
Oh, okay. So you hit the first one. You hit the second one into his gut. He doubles over. You smack down onto the small of his back. How do you want to finish this one?
Oh, well, you know what we're going to do, brother. We're going to give him the atomic suplex. Lift him up in the air and slam him right down on the knee where you can hear the crack as he breaks and throws him over the top rope into the crowd. What you gonna do, brother, when these band of badgers run wild on you?
So when you pick him up, he's already gone limp. You realize that you just broke him inside and you're just finishing it off. You're just doing this now for the show. You bring him down, you crack him again, and you just dump the body. The crowd are like silent. They're looking at like who's gonna. They got a few cheers here and there, the people you have managed to turn, and then suddenly the crowd, a wave of sound just hits you as the crowd go absolutely mental. You got streamers coming down, there are poppers going off, the lights are going anywhere, the music sounds, and there we have won. We have beaten the Gladiator in the ring. The other guys, opponents 2, 3, and 4, literally stand there and like wonder, look at each other, what they should do. They're not too sure. What do you wish to do? That is Colton, Brick, and Kane. We're up to you. We're gonna keep going until you mop up with these ones.
So Brick's next, yeah?
Brick followed by Kane.
Okay.
You got Gladiator 4 was fighting you, Brick.
Okay, so if Gladiator 4 is right there, I'm gonna look at Gladiator 4 and say, well, all right, minty, huh? And I'm gonna go for a grapple. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a grapple, and I get an advantage on this. So
Go for it.
It's just roll plus strength, right?
Yep.
Plus my strength mod.
Yeah, go for it.
So that'd be a 17 on the first and 21 on the second.
They're both hits, or is that?
That was just this the grapple. I had advantage on grapple. So
That's
21 grabs him.
They're not going to be able to.
All right, so I'll grab him, and as I'm holding him, it's like I'm still kind of like slipping around as I'm like trying to like hang on to him. And I'm a gnome, so I'm basically like kind of probably on his leg, just like sort of slipping like around on his leg, and I will use my. Can I just use my reaction right now if I can?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I'm just going to use my reaction, and I'll just shimmy right up his leg. And what I want to do is basically that move where like you just kind of like, basically my legs are out, and I just kind of grab him right at the neck and sort of go over. Yeah, so I'll jump up in the air and just pull that mankini as tight as it'll go, and just scream out, "All right, feel the bulge," and just right like this all the way over.
The mankini straight into his chin.
Yeah. And as he's down, and I'll bounce a couple times right on the floor. All right.
Teabagging.
I think you just broke Theo.
And it is 2d8 damage.
Okay.
Okay, and that's going to be 5 points of damage, and we both fall prone.
You just landed like
Yeah.
If you could see his face, he's kind of just in shock, like, my God, what just happened?
Yeah, and I just fall right on top of him, and we're both prone.
Okay.
Wow.
Kane.
So I've got
gin and berries.
I've got number 2 in front of me, I believe.
Same way again.
I'm going to step forward and grab him by the throat. And as I do, I'm going to stamp my foot on the floor to make it extra impactful.
Wrestly.
Yeah, I'm wrestling. Yeah. And I'm going to try and lift him up into the air, basically, to hoist him in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
So once again, it's grapple off. So I'm going to.
It's a grapple off. Yeah.
Grapple off.
I've got 17.
Oh, I got 14.
Okay, so I win. Ha.
Yeah.
So with that thing, you do the fist and you do the throat to try and lift him, and he just he stands there. He takes it.
So
You
I'm
do not.
holding him by the neck at this
Yeah.
point.
And he's like, he's expands and his tendons in his neck. He's like, if you feel, what is it? Big Trouble, Little China. Starts to like gets bigger and like he starts to get all these tendons going. Okay.
Cool. I don't know. It says I can attack twice. So does a grapple count as your first attack, or is that instead of attacking?
No, that'll be your turn.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Jen and Berries, you are up, but as always, it always seems to land on you. I don't know why. You've just got the eagle-eyed vision to see everything that's going on. You see everyone going on. You see Brick doing his thing, and then in the corner of your eye, you kind of whip round, and you see 2 more blood brothers. They're starting running down the way towards the ring. Start ripping off their shirts, and you see a giant red number 5, and then a giant red number 6.
Have I lost my concentration from the last round?
No, you're keeping the ice storm, aren't you?
Yeah. Are they coming through the ice storm?
They will if you put it in part of the ramp.
Okay. Does that still count as an action?
No.
That's good. So I'll shift that, and then I will still get a second spell to cast.
Yes.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
So I'll shift that sleet storm.
As long as you don't cast a second concentration spell, because you have to drop one to cast another one.
No, I don't think it's a concentration spell.
Okay.
So yes, and that is they have to roll Dex saves against 14.
Against 14. We get no bonuses. Oh, I got a crit. That's a natural crit.
No.
And I got a 14. They both passed.
Okay.
So they're running through the sleet and the snow and start to skid, but they get their feet back under them and they keep on running towards the ring. And help just tearing off bits of their clothes as they run in.
All right. So as they come out to me, as they get close enough, I'm going to take my last handful of coconut, and then I'm going to take a bite out of a Scotch bonnet pepper, and then
Yeah.
I go and just dragon's breath them with my cold breath.
Oh,
Nice.
Go for it.
Love it.
That is. They make
Nice.
that's 16 damage. They need to make. Oh, come on, come back. You went away. They make a dexterity saving throw against 14 again.
Okay. One failed. The second one got a natural 1.
Oh,
So let's just say he takes double damage. Let's go for it. What was it? 18?
16.
16 damage?
And then the other guy takes 32.
Yeah,
Or,
we're going to
30.
say... There we go. That's his hit points. Okay, so you finish one.
Yeah.
Number 6. He just freezes. And when it's all, the magic has all died down, he's just stuck. And you got all the kind of frozen ice behind him. And you just see his eyes moving in as he slowly his eyes just roll up into the back of his head as he's frozen in solid ice.
Nice.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. Who was next? It's Gage.
It's Gage.
Okay, so we have number 4 on the floor, prone, taking an after exertion nap in some peppermint oil. I'm going to wander over and ask him to stay down nicely by pummeling him in the face with my fist.
Okay.
So that is a roll to hit. That's 19 on the first one because he's prone. I'll take advantage of that advantage and hit with a dirty 20.
That all hits.
And that is a total of 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then with my second attack, I'm going to look down at the prone form of my mankini-clad friend, and I'm going to pick him up, and I'm going to use him like a greasy green bowling ball. And I'm going to roll him across the ring, aiming for number 2's feet. So number 2 is trying to outstrength Kane at the moment with his chokehold. I'm going to aim him at number 2's feet with the idea of using brick to trip him. So
and I'm all for this. I'm already balling up.
And as you pick him up, it's like.
So that hits a 15. Armor class 15.
It hits.
I don't know if he does any damage or.
We're going to make it up as we go along. It's 2d6.
2d6
for a rolling brick.
That's 11 points damage on 2d6.
Oh, well done.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just go into the pose. Steve Rake.
You hit number 2, and his legs come out from under him, and he's laying there. As Mankini Man continues to come out of his roll. Superhero pose.
There's just a trail of peppermint grease behind me. Or peppermint oil.
Okay, we are at the bottom of a round, so we're going to go straight to the top of the round. You can do another performance check if you wish.
Yeah.
Everybody go for it.
Absolutely.
I'm due.
Oh, man.
The crowd all start kind of throwing down their banners, and they're ripping up their foam fingers and start chanting, "Bad off, Badgers! Bad off, Badgers!"
Oh, I got 27.
Well, that's definitely
On a natural 20. Yeah.
I got 22. Not natural.
21.
Pass.
Colton does some Hulk Hogan-esque moves, but that are different enough to be legally distinct from his trademark maneuvers and gets a 17.
Pass.
So I raise my fist and about to go into an epic monologue when I notice I'm now covered in peppermint oil. And there's one thing I can't stand is dirty hands. I spend the rest of the round wiping them on my trousers, trying to remove the greasy remnants of Brick's body. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
6.
Everyone else saved you, and a 27 just saves anything really. So yeah, if we continue, you see another 2 guys. They're like, yeah, we love you, Badgers. We love you, Badgers. We love you, Badgers. And they start running up the ramp, and each one blip blip. You get the little ripples in this kind of force field barrier, and you see the little figures and jump into the other ring.
I will be throwing more candy at the audience as my bribe.
This could go a while.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll just be licking my fingers. I love peppermint.
You have 4 blood brothers in the ring. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are at the top of the round, and they all got to go. So number 2 does not, because he's going to pick himself up from being prone. Number 3 is gonna. He thinks. Right. We can wrap it up we can wrap it up now. The other team have also finished their go. So we have been Band of Badgers. We have been playing Lords of the Rollocalypse. We hope you enjoyed it. You can find us on youtube.com, Band of Badgers. Please do subscribe. Every little bit helps. And you can find us on all of our various socials. Before we go, we're just going to go around the table and shout out who we are and where you can find us. Steve!
You can find me on Band of Badgers. Normally running a sci-fi game.
Usually, yeah. Theo!
You can find me at the Gallant Goblin on all the socials, especially YouTube, and you can find my Kobold Plush at koboldplush.com.
Fantastic. I need to get some of them so we can line them up behind me. Joe.
You can find me also at Band of Badgers, normally running D&D games, so come check us out.
Josh.
You can find me as well at Band of Badgers and the Maguire Review.
Lee.
You can find me on Twitter as @Scriftly, and that's where you can find me with the Band of Badgers.
Fantastic. You can find us on, Band of Badgers. I have been Dave. I have been your Game Master for this evening. And until next time, we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.